Hello, no compromise conservatives. Sorry it's been a while again. Uh, there's just been so many stories, and they've been all covered so thoroughly that I really didn't see a point to make a video on them, especially this latest impeachment push against the president. But now stories are coming out, and to me, there is a coup against the president. It's very obvious that there is a coup against the president. It is being staged by not only political parties, but by individuals in the intelligence community, as well as foreign governments, to a lesser extent, that last one. My biggest concern is I wonder if this coup is not being funded by a very wealthy third-party individual. I'm not going to name names just because I got in trouble with YouTube for another video that was actually taken down because I did name names. So I'm going to be a little more discreet and circumspect on it. The person is a billionaire, a Hungarian billionaire, and has been involved in allegedly some very shady activity. Not only he, but his family has also been involved in these very shady activities. There is no, at least official, direct link. Glenn Beck has a couple of videos where he does link to this billionaire through or provides proof that this person has been behind the scenes, has been funding some things, both with Russiagate and with the Ukraine conspiracy now. My thinking, though, is that maybe this person is much more involved than even anyone believes. So much so funding the political parties in the U.S. that are actively going for this impeachment process. But you can't really call it an impeachment process because it has not been formally voted on. It's more of a star chamber process that is, I think, even getting out of hand for them, and they don't know what to do with it now. And I think that is part of this person's plan. He needs to destabilize the United States, and he can do that by destabilizing not only the presidency, but also Congress and the Judiciary. And so far, he has done a fairly decent job of it. You have a presidency that now is no longer focused on issues that the president should be focused on. You have issues with Congress that they are not focusing on issues that they should be focusing on. And the judiciary is so activist now that it's just ridiculous. And the latest outrage is Trump was told he cannot block Twitter users, but then you have a member of the House who was told the same thing and has decided that the law does not apply to her, and she is ignoring the law, and so far nothing has been done to her. You also have another member of the House saying that she and her fellow party members are looking at ways to arrest members of the White House staff. Again, all of this is just showing that this whole process has gotten out of hand, and it's gotten out of hand of the people who thought they had it in control, namely the Speaker of the House and the chairman of the Intelligence Committee and a few other committees, and I think they don't know what to do now because they've started something and it's literally blowing up on their faces. And again, I think this billionaire that is his goal. He needs to destabilize the U.S. And in order to do so, he needs to do what's been done. As I've said, this is it's getting out of control, and now you're seeing more and more reporters who literally are not Trump fans. I mean, let's be realistic. Most reporters are not Trump fans, aren't even commenting on this. Just finished watching, like I said, some videos by Glenn Beck. Tim Pool has a bunch of content on this. And Tim Pool is linking to quite a few other journalists and authors, which I'm not going to do. I probably should, but I'm not going to. Again, those are two of the ones. I hate to bring Alex Jones into this just because he also has a reputation of being out there, but I'm sorry, some of the stuff that's been going on, he has been talking about since the president was elected. And it is a coup. It is a coup to overthrow the president. It is a coup, but I think it is more than that. I think it is a coup to overthrow the U.S. government, to put the U.S. government into a massive turmoil. And so far it looks to be succeeding. And if that does succeed and it goes even more than a collapse of the U.S. government, a collapse of the U.S. society through a civil or other, it would be a civil war. I think that would just be the cherry on the top for this billionaire. Again, this is all my opinion. Tim Pool has not said anything about this. Glenn Beck has not specifically mentioned this. He has mentioned the billionaire, but just that the billionaire has been funding some of the people on the periphery of this, and maybe even some of the ones that have been directly involved in this. No one is saying that this person is, none of those people are saying that this is that person's goal. This is my personal opinion, totally, and I think that for whatever reason, this is what he wants. And it looks very much to me like he is going to get it. And what happens after that, I am not sure. But all I can say is when the lines are drawn, where are your friends and family going to stand? And if it does become a civil war, will it be brother against brother, family against family? And if so, are you ready for that? All I know is I am very, very thankful to God that both of my parents are dead on this and that they are not going to be involved in this. I am worried for one of my sisters just because she is developmentally disabled, otherwise known as retarded. And I say that because she is retarded at an IQ of 56. Her physical height is retarded. It is not a slam on her in any way. Everything about her is retarded. It is stopped at a certain level. And that scares me because I don't know if I can protect her if the Civil War happens. And that is something all of you need to be thinking about. Because I think, like I said, this is blowing up in the other party's face. and it is getting out of their control. I'm sure some of them realize it and they don't know how to draw back. I'm also sure that some of them are realizing it and they are hoping for it because they are in the pay of this billionaire. And if they are not directly in the pay of him, they are in the pay of one of his foundations or organizations. Be aware. Again, I encourage all of you to be making vlogs, making notes, making journals of this. Because if it does happen, we have to have a written, verbal history of this. And it has to be from both sides. All I can say is be ready, my friends. Be very ready. It is going to get bad, and I don't know what we're going to be able to do, if anything, other than to protect our friends, our families, and ourselves. Stay strong. Don't apologize. Fight back if necessary. And pray to God, my friends. Pray to God. Because I think it's going to get really bad, really fast, very soon.